There's a lot of percussion libraries on the market, and each one has their strengths that I will pull from and use. And I thought, how amazing would it be if we made one percussion library that has all of those strengths in one? There's also lots of libraries that have 4,000 sounds and 30 of them are usable. And so instead of that, we wanted to make the number of sounds less, but every single one is amazing, usable instantly, and shapeable beyond that. But we just kind of cut the fat. We're not going to give people, a 500 gigabyte library taking up space on their hard drive, but they're not able to use most of those sounds because they're not usable or practical in any way, I use a lot of sound libraries in my music, and I always struggle with them being big enough just for the kind of music that I make. And, sometimes they get to, single forte or double forte, but they don't quite arrive at like triple. And beyond that, I wanted to create quadruple forte, which I'm not sure if that's a thing, but it is now. And we wanted to make sure that these drums and these percussion sounds were super large and hard hitting. So my one note was when we recorded these sounds was to make sure that they were hit super hard, like brutally hard. So if you wanted to get there with your song and your production, that you had these like super aggressive hitting percussion sounds, while also covering, triple piano as well if you wanted to play soft. So I wanted to cover the full gamut of dynamics within the percussion range. The thing I'm most excited about this library is just the amount of flexibility and sound shaping abilities that you have. You can literally hear like a close mic'd solo percussion sound all the way to far in a big massive church, you know what I mean? And you can layer them together or just solo certain mics that you want. But then you can also add distortion and compression and low end and high end and roll things off top or bottom. And you can shape these sounds to literally make whatever you want within seconds. Like it's so fast and it's so easy. And that was like one of my main focuses on this library, was making it super accessible and practical and easy to use. So when you pull it up within seconds, you are shaping a sound that's unique that no one else has heard from that library because you just created it. I know that adding cinematic production into different genres is kind of a taste. Some people want it, some people don't want it. It's not really a matter of right or wrong for that song to sound cinematic or not. It's just a preference. And so my preference is to make most things sound cinematic because I enjoy it and I like it, and that's what I listen to and want to make, and artists that come to me are looking for that sound. That's why they come to me. And so I do think it's a really tool to just break it out of the box. Sometimes you got to do something different for things to feel fresh. Yeah, who wouldn't want their song to sound like a movie? That's how I see it, you know what I mean? It's really humbling to offer like a sound library to the industry. Who am I? What do I have to offer, right? I've just had a lot of people ask me for this for a long time. And so I was super excited to partner with Cinematic Tools because they're incredible, they're super talented, and they're fast and easy to work with. And so we just put our heads together and we were just like, what is available now in the percussion library world? And what do we wish was available? And how can we take the best parts of all of the libraries that we use and put them all in one that we could give to people so that they can use them in their everyday production? I think there's a lot more cinematic sensibilities being put into production these days, whether it's pop, hip hop, country. All genres can have cinematic qualities into them to be used in TV shows and movies and stuff like that. So giving them this tool to play with in even those types of genres was just super cool. I'm excited to see how people use it. Yeah, I think there's lots of different sound library ideas that I have that I would love to over time release, and we'll see how this goes. And if the feedback is great, I would love to expand on this, as this is the first of a series of libraries.